Let's start with your reading, Taurus. Today, we're going to look into the next 6 months ahead for you in order to see what the rest of the year will look like. We're going to start with 2 cards for each month to anticipate the type of movements you should expect. And then in the second part of the video, we are going to dive deeper in all the messages to find out more details, together with looking into how your current year is going to end. Now, let's start right away with your reading. Oh, wow. You got already 3 pages right away here. There's a lot of messages, a lot of communication, and a lot of movement. Oh, another page. Okay, we got them all. Okay, interesting. All right, I can tell that most of these incoming energies you're not expecting at all. You're not seeing these coming. You have zero expectations when it comes to the situation, but you have a very important ending over here. Something that will make you rethink the very dynamic of the situation. Now, the energy that surrounds you while you're coming into the reading is the Six of Cups, actually followed by the Judgment card as well. Right here is absolutely clear to me that someone is missing you. Someone is feeling very nostalgic when it comes to something that they had with you, that they shared with you at some point in time. Right here, potentially we're seeing a person who is looking through pictures, who's rereading certain messages, who's watching the videos, and the more they connect with the memory of what this has been, the more they realize that potentially the way they felt back then is something that they will never be able to feel ever again. This is the moment of truth. The moment in which they start realizing things they couldn't realize before. Now, very important energy, but how is it all going to impact you, Taurus? Well, starting from the month of July, we have these 2 pages. And again, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Page of Wands, Page of Cups. One more thing that we see here is someone who keeps changing their overall energy, their approach, the way they appear in a given situation. Is this you? Is this them? Is this the both of you? We'll see. First of all, as we were saying, in July, we have someone who is definitely keeping an eye on you. This Page of Swords, as you might know, talks about someone who is wanting to potentially find information about you. Is my Taurus happy? Are they happy without me? Are they seeing someone? Did they move on? Did they really move on? Or is there room for me to maybe come back and explore this situation further? We see here someone very curious when it comes about you, and honestly, this is something that grows. This is something that at first maybe they were doing just out of curiosity, right? How is my Taurus? What happened to them? Let me see what they look like right now, if a lot of time has passed. Or something that overall they really try to underestimate or to not give it too much power, too much importance. But then they find themselves do this on a regular basis. This is a routine now. They wake up, they want to look at your pictures, see your social media accounts. They go to bed, they do the same thing. Obviously, there is something that they want to communicate, something that they're maybe planning, but there's nothing coming up yet. This is all in their head right now. It's all happening underneath the surface. But overall, they're looking at a date sometimes in the future, at some point in which they will come forward or they will do something, say something which perhaps is going to connect you once again. When we clarify, we will try to find out what this is going to be. Now, for the month of August, we have Ace of Wands and Page of Wands. And honestly, here, I'm starting to see that movement coming in. Overall, in the month of August, you should expect new beginnings. You should expect things that are going to make you feel very, very passionate in the moment. It's very important when you see this type of one's energy to go with the flow, to enjoy the moment, Taurus, but do not expect too much. As you see right here, we have two flames, two little flames that could actually grow into a beautiful outcome, or could just dissolve and disappear in a matter of a second, honestly. So right here is going to be key for you, for anything that is going to happen in August, to enjoy the moment, to live in the moment, in the present, without thinking too much about what this is going to be long term. Obviously, with the Ace of Wands, we have the potential for long term, but so much has to happen. So many things need to be looked into before understanding if this is actually going to be here to stay. There is flirting, there is attraction, things are heating up right here. And you are going to perceive these elements as good news. Obviously, when we clarify, we will look further into this to understand what this is going to be. July, August, September. I feel that this is actually going to grow very, very fast. I mean, we see that passion, we see that attraction over there, right? And what do we see right after? The lovers. Now, I have to say, things are moving a little fast. And honestly, seeing also what comes next is making me think that potentially someone here is making a move that it's a little too quick, you know? Here's the thing. This will feel good. This will make you feel excited and will really make you also reconnect with a version of yourself which was more able to dream, more able to think about the future with a positive and optimistic mindset. I can tell that a lot has happened in your environment as well, in your recent months. And you have lost that ability to really look into the future and see things absolutely beautiful. See things for what they could be in the best of the scenarios. But right here, something is going to connect you back to that spark that potentially you have lost at some point. So take this for what it is. I cannot stress that enough, Taurus. Everything that is coming towards you in the next 3 months is actually something that you should see as an energy that you have to enjoy in the moment without expecting too much. There is a reason why this is happening. And the reason being is that this is opening up your eyes to that version of yourself, which was able to dream and to believe in the impossible, okay? This is the main reason why this is happening. Where it's going to take you in the long term, we will see. But keep in mind to not make plans on what is coming towards you here. It could stay or it could not. We'll see. Now, for the month of October, the Hermit, 5 of Wands. Here is where you're starting to detach from certain things that have happened back here. Everything was great, but this is clearly talking about the end of the honeymoon phase, okay? This is definitely going to be the moment of truth. And listen, this doesn't have to be bad, don't get me wrong, but this is the moment in which you're starting to see things for what they really are, starting to understand that whatever you have entered in the past few months is not as perfect as it looked at first. Again, looking for perfection is always something that will set you back eventually. It's like you're setting yourself up for failure. But it's very important to understand at this point if this is too much of a compromise for you, or if this is still something worth fighting for. I do see that this can actually be quite beautiful, but without communication and without an open mind, an open heart, this cannot go anywhere. And when I say open mind, open heart, I mean it for all the parties involved. It cannot just be one way, because if it's one way, we already know that it's not going to work out. So expect some delays, some friction, but do not see this as the end of the road. It might just be a little bump that you can easily get over. We'll see what this is going to be when we clarify. Now, for the month of November, Page of Cups, 7 of Wands. I do see someone here who's not giving up on you at all, Taurus. It feels like they have gone through many different phases as well. Right here, I see someone who was very quiet, very quiet about how they felt for you, but someone who was planning to do things, and then they transform into the person who takes the initiative, who takes action. And then now they're transforming into the person who's going to show you that they're worthy of you. I cannot help but feeling that for some of you, this is the person from the past. But for some other of you, this is just someone who reminds you of that person, who makes you feel in the same way that that person made you feel, at least at first, when everything was beautiful. There is a lot of love here, but there is also the Seven of Wands, which talks about creating boundaries and not settling. So this is the direct reaction or result from the Five of Wands. At that point, when there is friction and maybe even some miscommunication, what do you do, Taurus? Because these are normal. These are things that happen to the best of us and to the most beautiful relationships, connections, situations. Obstacles are always going to come up, surface at some point. What determines the outcome of a situation is how you handle those obstacles, how you get back up after being brought down by certain events. And right here, it's clear, as I usually say in my readings, that you shouldn't compromise, you should speak up, and you should let this person know, the world know, that there are things that you are not willing to compromise. That is going to take you to a very beautiful place. For the month of December, Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, someone is getting out of their comfort zone in a way that they have never done before. And I do believe that this is multiple people. It's not just you, it's not just the other person. I feel that right here, you're starting to see things really working out and really proceeding in a way that it will make it clear that this is not going to be just a temporary thing. With the Ace of Pentacles, someone is making a promise. Someone is making a promise of loyalty. And overall, they are really planning around this as if they are going to be in the situation for the rest of their life. We see here something really beautiful and something that will definitely impact the year to come. This is the end of the end of the reading, yes, but also the end of the year, showing the beginning, showing a new beginning. This is the preview of what is going to happen. This is absolutely beautiful. And we also see this Ace of Pentacles as a reward, as something that you absolutely deserve, Taurus, which perhaps you haven't been able to see or receive for a long time. But here it is right now with the promise of abundance. And overall, I see a lot of prosperity coming your way, a new cycle beginning, and you being very happy and feeling very stable as well. Because often I feel that in this situation, when you were happy and you felt the passion, you didn't have the stability. And vice versa, when you had the stability, you didn't have the passion. But this is looking quite beautiful. It might not happen right away, but it doesn't matter. Make time your friend, because what comes next is absolutely beautiful, and you'll see why. So this is all I have for the first part of the video. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, make sure to follow me in the extended video link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live, 45-minute reading. I send out emails to confirm every Monday morning and every Wednesday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well, please. Now, thank you for watching the reading, and I hope to see you in the second part linked below.